My name is Kristen. I'm the director of the Center for Wildlife in Cape Nettic, Maine. We're a wildlife medical clinic and environmental education center.
Say you were to come across a wild bat that's injured in the woods. What's something you could do to help better facilitate care for the bat?
The first thing I would think about, and we coach people to call us if they ever do find an injured wild animal, there are different behaviors that are normal for animals during different seasons. So I guess I would first consider if it was baby or nesting season, because it could be a wild baby that was just on the ground, and it could be that mom is around. So that's the first thing that I would consider. And then I would probably call a wildlife clinic like ourselves, so that we can coach people into getting the animal safely to be able to transport it. But what I would recommend, any wild animal is always afraid of us. We look like giant predators, and so they're going to bite and do different things to defend themselves. So I would never touch a wild animal with bare hands, even if it's a bat or a bird. So wearing even just gardening gloves, and then using a towel or a blanket or a jacket or something like that, and getting the animal contained and wrapped up is the best thing for it.
So when you say contact someone to help, who would that be? Would it be a place like this, or is there other possible people?
Yeah, so the only people, organizations that provide the medical treatment for injured and orphaned wild animals are licensed wildlife rehabilitators. So if you call your animal control officer or your game warden, they're going to point you to a wildlife rehabilitator in your area. So you can just call anyone that you know of. You could call us, and we're all in contact with each other. So if you're calling from 3 hours away, we could reference you to a rehabilitator near you.
That's good. So let's say I called because I find a bat injured in the woods. What are some of the do's and don'ts you would tell me in dealing with that bat?
People often want to feed wild animals. That's kind of the human instinct, is to comfort animals with food. But an injured wild animal or an emaciated wild animal may not be able to safely handle food, and then also you might feed the wrong thing, which could cause digestive issues and things like that. So we always tell people, wear gloves, use that blanket or jacket, and then get the animal into a warm, quiet, safe area. So if you are transporting to a wildlife rehabilitator, you don't want to have the music blaring or have kids screaming in the car, because the animal, if it's injured, it probably went through a trauma before you found it. So you really want to reduce stress.